Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey. Why don't you join in? Steve Harvey. Get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Won't you join in with me? Come with me, help me say. You gotta turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. You know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Turn them up, Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on, do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on. Dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey. Man, got a radio show. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can't even tell you, man. I've been doing some thinking, and one of the things that I wanted to mention today to you as one of the principles of success, being grateful at all times is difficult to do. Being grateful at all times is very difficult to do. I find that to be true with myself. Now, there are others that might be able to do it, but just from talking and listening and living and learning, being grateful at all times is difficult to do, but it's necessary because it's such an act of faith in knowing that no matter what's going on, it's going to be all right. And it's hard to see that when things are not going in your favor, when things have turned so dramatically the other way. And it seems as though you're the only one in the situation where you're involved with other people, or someone got an accusation against you falsely, or somebody trying to do something to you unjustifiably, whatever the case may be. When it's happening to you, it does appear to you that, oh my goodness, man, this is horribly one-sided. So it is difficult. It is hard to do, to be grateful at all times, but it's so necessary. And I just want to point out a couple of things to you. First of all, the difficulty in being grateful in hard times is that, number one, the present circumstances oftentimes is just so pressing and so overwhelming that a lot of your energy is devoted to trying to come up with the solution for that, or trying to muster the strength to weather the storm, or trying to just brace yourself to try to get through it. And in doing that, it's hard to be grateful. It's hard to be grateful in pain. And I know it is. But here is the trick for me. This is what I've had to learn how to do. And I guess it takes practice to get here. It's not nothing you just start doing right away. You got to practice it in small increments to really get it. What I've always had to say to myself, and what I've learned to say to myself, is, this is happening to me because God is working me through something. This is happening to me because it's some form of test that I have to pass in order to graduate to the next grade, in order to be allowed to move to the next level. This is happening to me because there's something I need to purge my life of, my body of, my spirit of. Something's purging in me. And when you purge something, it's painful. You know, it's like a person getting off drugs. The withdrawal is agonizing, I've been told. And every documentary I've ever watched, it's an agonizing process to go cold turkey, to withdraw, to pull away after you've been doing something so long. And so I know that this process is tough when you're going through some pain, but when you're purging your system, when you're having to pass a test, when you're about to when you're being made ready for the next level, that moment right in there, in realizing that that's what's happening, that's where you find the gratitude. That's where I found the gratitude. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. I'm going to keep trying until I get it. But that's where you find the gratitude. The second part of it is that God has never left me. In all the things I've done, in all the mistakes I've made, all the lies I've told, all the situations I've gotten myself into from being greedy and wanting too much for me, at the expense sometimes of other people, not doing it deliberately or in a vindictive way, because I've never had that spirit. I'm not a vindictive or a mean person. But sometimes in my life, in wanting to do what I wanted to do, I didn't totally weigh out the cause and effect of the other person. I mean, can I just be real with you with that? I mean, how many times we done all done that? Look, it don't make you a bad person. You know, good people do bad things all the time. I just happen to have come to the realization that unknowingly and not with malice intent towards a person, I've hurt people looking at something I wanted to do without really looking at what the cause and effect would be on the other person. So in doing some of these things, I've created situations for myself. But God, through his grace and mercy, has allowed me to even get beyond that. So when I'm saying that God has never left me, in spite of myself, he's always gotten me through. So that's the other part of it too, see, that no matter what you're going through, you've got to understand that God has always gotten you through it. Now, hasn't he? Now, it may not be the way you wanted or the way you liked, but guess what? You can't do wrong and not pay for that now. That's not how this works. That's never going to be the case. But the great thing about God is he fires warning shots at us all the time. He gives us an opportunity to stop. You know, he don't fully punish us right away every time we do something wrong, now does he? You know, eventually you're going to get caught doing whatever it is you're doing. You do understand that, don't you? But the first time, that close call, that was a warning shot for you to stop. Look, I know you're not perfect. I know we all sinners down here. So I know you're going to make mistakes one time. I know you was looking at her when you wasn't supposed to. I know you said something to him when you wasn't supposed to. I know you got with her when you know you wasn't supposed to. And I know you got with him when you know you wasn't supposed to. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire a warning shot, and maybe you'll slow your roll this time. But we keep on, though. See, that's what happens. See, we just keep on. And then the next thing you know, we get caught. Now, oh, Lord, have mercy. I want out of this. Yeah, well, see, you done dug this hole pretty deep. And he going to get you out. But there's some things that's got to go down now because you didn't pay attention to the warning shot. See, had you stopped the first time you felt bad about it and said you wasn't going to do it no more, the situation wouldn't be as critical. But because we don't stop and we go again, but God always forgives. He always allows us to get back up again. He always gives us mercy. He always gives us his grace. He always does that.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I'm Miss Steve, that there Junior, this here Tommy. The other two people I'm about to announce are the keepers. I call them the gatekeepers that try to keep the talent in a cage.
That's what they do.
Our job is to break out the cage every damn show.
We coming out today. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shirley Strawberry.
Good morning, Steve. Hello.
And Carla Farrell.
Good morning, crew. What's up?
What's going on, Steve Harvey?
Ain't nothing, I'm just up in here, just being about it,
Being
just
about
being
it.
about it.
About that life, you just
I love it. Oh, nephew, how's it going?
It's going, baby. I'm up in here. Because it's hump day,
Why you talking like the man?
I don't know. You know the rules, Pretty Tony.
Tony.
I don't know why I felt that this morning.
That's still one of my all-time favorite movies.
Come on,
The
girl.
Mac.
The Mac.
The Mac.
Okay.
Yes, Junior,
Oh,
what's good?
what's good?
Uh-huh.
Ain't no tubes in me.
Mm,
I'm blessed. I'm here.
that's right. How long was you in the hospital, Junior?
About 48 hours.
Ooh.
Tommy, we didn't mention that he was in the hospital.
God, dog. I'm sorry. God, dog. I'm sorry,
Telling
y'all.
his business.
My bad.
But he
I'm sorry,
answered you,
Junior.
though, so
Yeah.
you're cool with it?
Where else I was at? All my vacation time just for the hospital.
You don't have no trip
I ain't got no trip
available.
time.
Yeah.
All my days is just for hospitals.
That's why
Yeah.
you didn't go to Vegas with Steve.
To the fight, huh?
Sure, if I was healthy, I've been right there.
Yes, to the fight.
I ain't
I
even
like
want to
going.
call you, Junior, because I done took you to the last fight.
I know you did, man.
You didn't want to rub it in, huh, Steve?
Nah.
Yeah, I ain't want it to be
Yeah,
nasty.
nah, man.
What did you say Steve's bedside manner is like, Junior?
Oh, I'm so glad he ain't called me this time.
He's
Oh,
terrible.
he get on the
not
phone.
good
He
with
has
it.
no chill.
At all.
He can't take it. I said, "What's happening, Unc?" Oh, damn. God bless.
Hey, hang up.
Hang up.
You don't know what to say when you was sick in the hospital.
Well, he
called
answered the
me.
phone like this.
What?
Hello.
Well, he's in pain, Steve.
Hey, I'm all right. Oh, no, you're not.
Yeah, he's in some pain.
Yeah,
He is
let
in a
me
lot
get
of
off
pain.
this shaky ass thing right here. So I just sent him some text this time.
You did.
You didn't even call, Steve.
No, he didn't text
No,
me.
I just texted.
That's
No, he didn't
crazy.
text me. But you know what he said, Shirley, why he does that? He said, I can't die on him, and his number be the last number.
Nuh-uh.
He always worried about.
Now, I'm not
Steve,
going
it's
to be
not about
involved in
you.
this investigation. No. I'm not going to do it because that's the first thing they do. They get the victim's phone.
Who the last person he talked to?
Murdered. You.
I don't give a damn what it is.
You are so
You
kinda
stupid.
crazy. I know.
Victim.
But I'm not finna sit up in here and be on forensic files in 48 hours.
All right, listen, coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, Inside Something Funny, Sister Odell will be in the building right after this. Yeah.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, guys, we know it's hump day, and it is time now for something funny. You hear her. She's here already.
Already.
Sister
That's my
Odell
girl.
in the building.
Did I go there?
Uh-huh.
She be singing, don't she?
She's into it. Yeah. Her soul.
Ooh, that got heavy at
That's
the end.
it.
What it
It
is?
hurt
That's
at the
called
end.
spirit.
In his name. Oh, yes, he is. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Good morning, mornings, everyone.
Good
morning, Sister Odell.
Odell.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hi, Junior.
Morning, Sister Odell. How you doing?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to speak to you first.
Yes,
Take it
ma'am.
off the records. I'm sorry. Good morning, Carly.
Hey, Sister Odell. I was wondering, how are you?
I just, girl, I lost my mind. I always speaks to my children in the order of favoritism,
Yes, I know I'm your favorite. You're my favorite.
Always has been. Now, hi, Junior boy.
Morning, Sister Odell. Just glad to be at the top.
Top is Carla, sweetie.
And don't you forget it, Junior.
Yes, ma'am. Next
Hi,
time.
boy.
I'm third. Okay. Been knowing me the longest. Hey, Sister Odell.
Well, good morning, Shirley.
The ranking.
Extremely comfortable with it. Good morning, Sister Odell. How
Well,
are
might
you?
as well be. In the words of a rapper Juvenile, it is what it is.
Yes, it is.
Juvie.
Well, I just wanted to say to you, Sister Odell, happy Black History Month.
Yes,
This
it's been a
last
whew.
week. Yeah,
Girl,
last
it
week.
has been a strong month for me. Just been crying and remembering and
What have you
giving
been doing?
speeches and all kinds of stuff. Just everywhere. I know everybody, so they calls me in on all the verified facts and unknown Black history moments and things like that.
Really?
What was your last speech?
I didn't
Where
know
were
that.
you?
Yeah.
I was at a HBCU,
Okay. And what happened?
What'd you do?
Hupco College.
It's just
Hupco College
Historically black.
is a
Universities and
HBCU, so it's a Hupco College.
yes, ma'am.
Never heard of
Speaking
that.
down there.
I ain't never heard, but that'll work, though.
Yes, Lord.
Okay.
Talking at the hupkas.
What were you speaking on? What was your
Just
subject?
history, everything. You
theme.
can ask me anything you want. I know things.
About Black history?
Girl,
Yeah. In the movie,
she gonna just
only
had her
one.
carry one. I don't know what she thought I was rolling with.
Okay.
I made 32 trips back down south with Harry.
Oh, so they left you out of
Out
the
of the
movie.
movie. Oh,
That's
man.
what you're.
Well, that
upset
ain't
about.
bother me because I know that, but they wasn't gonna understand. But I told them I was there and I knew everything. I knew things they didn't know. So
Well, what's something about Harriet that we didn't know besides the fact that she had two guns? What else?
2 guns. Every time they stopped to pray, she put a gun to the head, made them keep rolling.
Okay.
Roll out. We can pray while we're running.
Where are my keys?
I got a question.
What, boy?
Now, did you know you knew Miss Harriet? Did you know Miss Madam C.J. Walker? Did you know her?
Oh yeah, it's Black millionaire. female.
What?
Stingy.
What? She
was
She didn't want to
stingy.
share. Well,
All she had to do was
work
give us
hard.
money for a mule and a buckboard. We could have got down there a whole lot quicker. I said, well, damn, CJ, it ain't a buckboard and a wagon. That's all it is.
Madam CJ.
Well, that's what you call her, what you want to.
You just called her CJ.
Yeah.
CJ, what is I'm going to call her madam for?
What was her name?
I call her CJ because we was close.
Oh, okay.
Did she ever do your hair? Did she ever do your hair?
She had hair
No,
problems.
she didn't do my. I wore a rag all the time. Me and Harriet, we wore rags.
Y'all ain't work.
Me and Harriet was. Now here's a Black History moment you didn't know. Me and Harriet invented Glover's Main and Sulphur 8.
Yeah, we didn't know that. We definitely didn't know that one. Wow. The stuff you learn on the show.
I'm telling you.
We was the P-Funk sisters.
Okay.
Okay.
Make my funk the P-Funk. I wants to get funked up. I want the bomb. I want the P-Funk. I want my funk stepped on. Whoa, make my.
Did you know George Clinton? Did you know him?
Yeah, I knew George Clinton. I knew his daddy too.
What was his daddy?
What was his name?
Bobus Clinton. Bovus.
How'd you meet him, Sister?
He used to do weekend parties in the slave quarter.
Okay, now.
You ignorant.
He wore a diaper then.
Oh, did he now?
Weekend parties in the slave quarters.
Weekend parties, we had drums, and he killed a slave owner one time and took his violin.
And the
Sister
rest
Odell,
is history.
And here it was, Parliament Funkadelic with bones.
I hate to interrupt you, Sister Odell, but you know we got to get out of here. It's time for the
It's always you that brings the bad news.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
why you fourth in the lineup.
Your ranking.
It's going to be hard for you to move up, Kelly.
Well, can you tell us what's coming up next, please?
Well, coming up, Tommy finna play the same prank he played yesterday, cause he lazy and he don't want to do the work to do them every day. So we got to do the one from the day before. But they good though.
Yes, ma'am. You might
They
like
good.
this
They is good. And sometimes I like that he repeats them cause I misses the other one. Cause I'll be in the workout class. I was doing water aerobics now.
Really?
Oh, really?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's coming up, Sister Odell, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in national news, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics could be canceled due to the coronavirus.
Ain't nobody going over there to Tokyo.
Plus,
Who wants to go to Tokyo? Who wants to run around a track with a mask on?
oh man, yeah. Plus, Sister Odell, in entertainment news, Jussie Smollett pleads not guilty to restored charges in Chicago.
Girl,
talk
his
about-
ass is so much trouble.
Yeah. We'll talk about all these stories at the top of the hour. But right now, Sister Odell, I'm going to hand it over to you. Go
Damn,
ahead.
Jesse talking about some white man put a noose around his neck and he dropped his sandwich. And he gonna walk home with the thing on his neck and found his sandwich.
Can you introduce Tommy for us?
Ladies and gentlemen, the king of the pranks. And here's the same one you heard yesterday.
Well, Sister Odell, I think you're going to like this one. This one is called We Need You to Be a Slave. We Need You to Be a Slave.
Girl, I heard that yesterday. I laughed so hard.
Did you now?
Because that girl cussed you out just like you should have got cussed out.
Okay, Cat, let's go.
Hello,
Hello, I'm trying to reach a Miss Glenda, please.
this is she speaking.
Miss Glenda, this is Gary. I'm with the Black History.
Okay.
You participated last year in the Black History Parade. Am I right?
Yes, I sure did.
Okay, I got your name from one of the members on the committee, and we're trying to see if you can actually be of some help for this year's Black History for this month.
I sure would. Be glad to help.
Okay. Listen, we're having an auction tomorrow and wanted to see if you could actually maybe be of some help with the auction that we actually have going on tomorrow.
Yes. Do I need to donate anything, or
But no.
is that what you need?
No, we're not really trying to get a donation from you this time. We're trying to see if you have some time tomorrow to come out and actually help out with the actual auction.
Okay. What time tomorrow?
Probably like about 9 o'clock in the morning.
I can do that.
Okay. Now, we're asking that you wear something that you'll be comfortable in all day tomorrow if possible, okay?
Okay.
Pretty much an all-day event that we're trying to get you to do.
Okay. I can be there around 9, but I'm going to have to leave about 4.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll see how we can work it out, but we definitely want you to come and be a part of what we're doing.
So what is it that you really need me to do?
Well, actually, we got a lot of people doing different things at the auction, so we just want you to come out and be of some help with everything that's going on.
Okay. Well, I want to be prepared. So what exactly do I need to do? Work the concession stand, something like that?
No, really what we had is actually you being a part of the auction.
Being a part of the auction, such as?
Well, what we're doing tomorrow is we already have 50 people who are signed up, and you would be, one of those people that are signed up to do the actual. What it is we're having slaves for a day, and what we're going to be doing is auctioning you off, and somebody's going to buy you tomorrow, and you'll be their slave
for the day. Slaves?
Yeah, you'll be their slave for the day. That's what we've decided to do with the Black History. We've decided.
I want to participate, but being a slave, no.
Okay, but see, I want you to understand that this is a worthy cause, though.
I understand it's a worthy cause, but I'm not going to be no slave.
Well, you don't have to call it a slave. I mean, a servant, a butler, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying.
Same damn thing. No, I ain't going to be no slave.
Okay, ma'am, Miss Glenda, what I'm trying to explain to you is this is a worthy call for the Black History, and we're trying to get you to be there. Somebody may buy you for $500 tomorrow.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Okay, are you turning us down for a worthy cause, Miss Glenda?
Yes, I am turning your down. Don't call me with that kind of no more.
I mean, I don't understand what the problem is. Sometimes we got to repeat history so we don't go back to the history. Sometimes we got to do it again so we don't go back to it. You understand? But here it is. It seems like you acting like a house Negro or something, like you too uppity or something.
A house Negro. Who's the chairman of this?
Excuse me?
The chairman. Last time I spoke with Mr. Wilson, and we didn't have no like this.
Okay, and I understand that, but what I'm trying to explain to you is this is something that...
I don't want you to explain a thing to me. Do not call me with this kind of again.
Are you going to show up tomorrow so we can sell you?
Do you understand me?
Are you going to show up tomorrow so we can sell you? We already have...
You're not going to sell me.
We have you listed to be sold tomorrow.
Sell your...
We've got you listed to be sold tomorrow, ma'am. Can we please make sure...
I'm not going to be sold. And you. Do not call here again.
Hey, listen, if you don't show up tomorrow, then we will come to your house and sell you there.
Come to my house?
If I got to come there to get you sold,
would come to my house. Bring your over here if you want to.
Listen, I will come there to sell you if you're not going to come out to the auction.
Come on to my house. You bad. Come on to my house.
Okay, I tell you, and you know what? I need you to do this. You need to start saying yes, sir, and no, sir to me right now. Okay? I need to get you in the frame of mind of being a slave of the day. Okay? I didn't hear what you said.
Kiss my black.
I'm coming to your house tomorrow, and I'm going to sell you in front of your house if you don't come down to the auction tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
You better not bring your my house. You better not. Do you understand me? I done marched for civil rights. I don't have time for no like that. You.
I understand, but right now we're trying to raise some money for Black History, and we need to sell you tomorrow morning.
You're not going to sell me. You're not going to sell me. You and don't call my house no more. Do you understand? Do not call.
I understand exactly what you're saying. Can I tell you something else? Who else going to be sold tomorrow?
Hell no. Don't tell me.
I got one more thing I do need to tell you.
What is it?
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your sister.
My sister? My sister? I can't believe that. I'm going to get her. I can't believe she done did this.
Miss Glenda, you all right?
I'm all right. This is some crazy. I can't believe this. I'm going to whoop her. I'm going to whoop her for this.
It don't sound like you were going to get sold no way.
Hell no.
You wasn't getting on this auction block, huh?
No. No way. Because Miss Linda's been there. I've been at the sit-ins, the marches. I've done some of everything.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I tell you what, Miss Glenda, if it wasn't for people like you, we probably wouldn't be where we are today.
That's right.
We sure thank you. We sure thank you. I just wanted to play a joke on you. Did I get you?
Yes, you did. You sure did.
All right, I got one more thing to ask you. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show with that ignorant nephew Tommy.
We love you, Miss Glenda.
Okay, love you too.
Sister Odell, did you like it?
Boy! I laugh. Oh, you good. You is good, Tommy. You good. You is good. You is good. You know, it's amazing how God uses people.
Sister Odell, coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have some entertainment and national news for you right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In today's entertainment news, actor Jussie Smollett was in a Chicago courtroom yesterday to answer for more charges related to the hate crime he allegedly staged against himself more than a year ago. He entered a not guilty plea for each of the 6 felony counts of disorderly conduct he's charged with. Jussie was released on a $20,000 bond. Judge James B. Lynn told him, $20,000 bond. Judge James B. Lynn told him, you need to come back to court and you're required to do so. Do you understand? Jussie nodded in response. He didn't speak, though. His attorneys are claiming double jeopardy. Experts say his case will likely go to trial. If Smollett is convicted on the fresh charges, he could face up to 3 years in jail, community service, and a fine of up to $25,000.
You know what? I do not understand. Because wasn't he cleared?
They done came back.
By the district attorney there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, I don't know how they're doing this. But, Chicago, we got a lot of other problems.
This one feels personal, dog.
Oh, they so mad at him.
Yeah, they're real mad at him. The president himself is real mad. He tweeted about it.
He got other stuff he need to be working on.
He does. You're exactly right, Tommy.
You're talking to somebody that's not presidential. So what he should be doing is not going on.
He's a dictator. He does whatever he wants to do.
He don't do nothing but tweet.
Yeah. No, this dude do what he wants to do.
The judges to sit out of his cases.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, for like you say though, but for him to tweet about this particular case, but if you say something bad about him, he's gonna get you back for sure.
But for the fact that one judge dismissed the charges or whatever they did up there, and for him to be back in court and for him to be putting this much time in it, we have a lot of problems in Chicago. Jussie Smollett is not one of them.
No.
Now, I don't know what Jesse angle is with his, they claim in double jeopardy, which is you cannot be tried for the same crime twice.
That's right.
Crime twice. But I don't know how they're going to get away with that, but because they look like they got some new charges put out there. But, I mean, man, come on, Chicago. We got other things to do. I know a lot of people mad at him and,
the manpower and the time that was wasted for the investigation.
Yeah,
it do seem rigged,
Yeah, so.
It don't really look like it was no people jumping on him.
Well, he made history, though. He did make black history.
Truth be told, Steve.
The two Africans with the mega hats on.
They were there, too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. They were there. They went to court, too.
They was there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they didn't have anything to do with this, but they just showed up. Yeah.
They didn't have nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with Jussie's fresh charges right now.
Okay,
they have to
so
deal
what
with
they
their
come
own
for?
stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what everybody was saying. Why did they go?
What they in there for?
Yeah.
Oh, see, man, y'all do.
The saga continues with this. Yeah.
It ain't over now. All right.
I missed a date one time, and I told a girl that I had blacked out in my car.
That's a date. That's a date.
Know.
That ain't.
I was just trying to
Trying
help Jesse.
Trying to help.
Just trying to help Jesse. That's all.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
I do understand it, creating a lie. I don't know why you went out there and got that rope, though.
Oh, Lord.
The hell was the rope about?
That was a thin rope, too. He didn't go to Home Depot or nothing. I don't know where he went.
All right, listen. It's time to get caught up on today's headlines, Steve, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone out there. 7 of the 10 remaining Democratic presidential contenders faced off against each other last night in South Carolina. Unlike Iowa and New Hampshire, South Carolina's population is much more diverse, much more closely resembling much of the rest of the country, so each candidate introduced themselves to the country they hope to lead. Okay, South Carolina's primary is being held on Saturday. Last night's matchup was the last Democratic debate before March 3rd, or so-called Super Tuesday. That's when 15 states and territories make their primary choices. Ex-Hollywood kingmaker Harvey Weinstein has now spent another night in the hospital. Weinstein complained of chest pains right after he was convicted of 2 sexually related charges in Manhattan. He faces some 29 years in prison when he's sentenced, but his lawyer, Arthur Aidala, says Weinstein's innocent and they're going to appeal.
It's very certain that everything that took place was consensual, that he didn't have to force anyone. He never did force anyone. It's not in his makeup to force anyone.
And that's why they say they're appealing. The mostly Republican-appointed Supreme Court, get this, ruled that families of Mexican citizens who were shot by Border Patrol police on the Mexican territory have no constitutional right to sue those agents in U.S. courts for damages. The high court ruling came in a case of a Mexican teenager who was shot to death along the U.S.-Mexico border about 10 years ago. A 15-year-old was with some friends in the area between El Paso, Texas, and Juarez, Mexico, when a Border Patrol agent claims he was throwing rocks at him, so he shot the teenager in the head, killing him, even though the agent's story was disputed by video footage. The justices ruled nevertheless 5-4 along ideological lines in favor of the agent's version of events. A spokesman for the U.S. Centers for Disease Control says it's not a question of if, but when the coronavirus overwhelms the U.S. Fears over the long-term impact that coronavirus may have on economies all over the world turned into a pandemic sent U.S. stocks diving again yesterday for the second straight day. Today's National Do Not Utter a Word Day. But you don't have to say a word. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In trending political news last night was the 10th presidential candidate Democratic debate in Charleston, South Carolina. It was hosted by CBS and moderated by Norah O'Donnell and Gayle King. The 6 candidates on stage: Joe Biden, Mike Bloomberg, Pete Buttigieg, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, and billionaire Tom Steyer. But first, Steve, we got to talk about Bloomberg's latest commercial. So in this commercial, Bloomberg visits Tulsa, Oklahoma, Greenwood, the Black Wall Street. Bloomberg said he knows his story would have been different if he had been black. Oh, I've seen this one.
No,
yeah.
It'd been the same as ours.
Bloomberg is talking about the bias that have kept African Americans from gaining wealth. His opponent, Joe Biden, said that Bloomberg's money, over $60 billion, can buy you a lot of advertising, but it can't erase your record. Other Democratic opponents said Bloomberg can buy a lot of TV spots, but he can't debate. Oh, man.
You think he over-blackening it? You think he over-blackening it?
Can I tell you something?
Legitimate question, Tommy.
Well, can I tell you something?
Go ahead, yeah.
All of these older white men, Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Trump, Bloomberg, Steyer, all of them, somewhere in their life, have made derogatory comments about a group of minorities. Oh, yeah. All of them. Mm-hmm. They are all on tape somewhere. It is just the truth. They can go back and get Joe Biden for the passing that bill that incarcerated all them black people. Uh-huh. Bernie Sanders signed off on that bill. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Donald Trump supported stop and frisk, gave several speeches about it. Donald Trump took out a full-page ad to convict them 5 innocent black Central Park dudes. Mm-hmm. This dude started to stop and frisk Bloomberg. Uh-huh. Every old white man has something that you can dig up on him that he said. That is the culture they are from. All we are left with here is the lesser of evils that you have to pick from.
All we got.
And I'm sorry, man. That's my opinion of it. And so I will be voting based on that. And right now, because he can't debate, don't make him not a good candidate.
Bloomberg has great commercials, though. I will give him that.
Got a lot of black people in him, I tell you that.
Yes.
But he has a plan to put $70 billion, I believe.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Into African American cases and situations. Ain't nobody else said that on that whole stage.
All right, well, coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, boxer Deontay Wilder says it was his 40-pound suit. That is the reason he lost the fight to Tyson Fury. Steve, you were there.
That's right up there with this
about
Jussie Smollett case.
We'll talk about it right
after this. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, according to Yahoo News, Deontay Wilder wanted to make his ring walk prior to his fight with Tyson Fury. He wanted to make it special, so he wore this 40-pound costume as a tribute to Black History Month. Oh, I didn't know that. But Deontay said the costume was too heavy, and that was the reason he didn't have his legs under him in his 7th-round TKO loss to Fury. Deontay, Steve, went on to say that he will go to Africa at the end of March on vacation.
That's a good ass for
and when he returns, Deontay will announce his rematch for a 3rd fight with the heavyweight champ Tyson Fury.
All right, we got a couple of things.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
First of all, Tyson has to agree to the rematch right away. That has to happen. Mm-hmm. I think, but I don't see where they can make as much money, either one of them fighting anybody else, so I don't see why they wouldn't do that.
Right.
Next,
come on.
You want to talk about
Come
Africa
on. It's a lot
costume?
a lot to unpack.
Okay,
right
first
here.
of all, Africa. I'll meet you over there.
Okay. I'm
going to take you around. But I want you all to understand, Africans is just black people with African in front of their name instead of, and you stop there. It's just Africans. It's not African Americans. Mm-hmm. The African in them makes them the same as us. So they're going to ask your ass something about this damn vest. They're going to ask about the costume. Yeah. Thirdly, Tyson Fury got carried into the ring. He didn't use his legs. Yeah. He had 6 white women rolling him in.
You got carried out. There was a sister in there too. Mm-hmm.
He got carried out. They wasn't on their shoulders. That whole thing was on wheels.
Rolled, yeah.
Yeah, them women ain't carrying him.
I figured that.
Because they look way too comfortable.
Yeah, no struggle at all.
Yeah, they sexy was alive and well.
It was, no.
So he got rolled into the stage. Mm-hmm. Dante decided to put a 40-pound mask and shoulder pads on. Beautiful. I love the intro. I thought it was outstanding.
Right. It was.
I love going down the hallway with them pictures of Black History Month. I said, that's dope. Yeah. I don't care nothing about costumes. I just want to see the fight. Tyson came in with a hole cut in a towel on his ass.
Mike Tyson.
Tyson came in there with a hole in a towel cut around his ass. Take this towel off, and I start whooping his ass. So I felt bad that he said he didn't have legs because of a 40-pound costume. Mm-hmm. I felt bad for that because I have a 40-pound weight vest, and I've walked up the steps in it. I have a lot of steps in my house, and sometimes for exercise, I put the weight vest on and walk up and down the steps. Or I be winded as hell. But I'm not 32 years old.
You ain't finna fight nobody.
And got the body that Deontay Wilder got. Right. I'm not a professional fighter. I be winded as hell. And I could probably get my ass whooped right after the first walk up the steps. But I'm not a professional fighter.
Right.
You cannot use that as an excuse. I think what took your legs was them punches in the head the first 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you got your ear busted.
Yeah.
And I was at the fight, man.
Can he hear?
Deontay also said, Steve, that he's upset with his assistant trainer, Mark Breland, for throwing in the towel to stop the fight. He also suggested that Breland will no longer be a part of the team on fight night. He said he was displeased with the work of referee Kenny Bayless, who took a point from Fury in the 5th round and went out of his way to congratulate Tyson Fury on his performance. So he was mad.
Okay, I have something to say when we come back.
Okay.
All right, coming up next, the nephew with today's prank phone call, and Steve has something to say, too. It's his show, and he's going to say it right after this.
Ain't nobody arguing with that.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, so you wanted to comment on this. Let me tell you this again. We were talking about the fight earlier. Deontay Wilder said he was upset with his assistant trainer, Mark Breland, for throwing in the towel to stop the fight. He suggested that Breland will no longer be a part of his team on fight night. He also said he was displeased with referee Kenny Bayless's work. He took a point from Fury in the 5th round. And he went out of his way to congratulate Tyson Fury on his performance.
First of all, you was not in the best of shape to comment on this. I know the referee Bayless. Mm-hmm. The dude is an outstanding ref. He admonished both of those fighters for using heads and for punching after the bell. I was there. I watched him do it. The referee had nothing to do with this fight. As far as taking a point from Tyson, what was he supposed to do? He took the point for continuously hitting after the bell and behind the head.
Yeah, way behind the head.
He told him that. Now that was a behind the head punch that knocked Dante down first.
It is. You're right.
That was an illegal punch. But this is a fight, though. The rules of the fight when you go in the center of the ring is protect yourself at all times. On the break, on the clinch, because you don't know if a fighter gonna hear what the ref's saying or not. Protect yourself at all times. We are not responsible for what's about having your ass up in here. As far as getting rid of Mark Breland did the best thing for a person who cares about his fighter. What Deontay Wilder needs to do is get rid of the other guy in the corner because he's not a good trainer.
Tommy.
He needs to go out and find Tony Atlas and get him to come out of retirement and train him.
All right, we got it. Well, the nephew is here with today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
I got quarterback sneak. Okay.
Get Floyd's daddy.
Quarterback sneak. Let's go, Cat Dog.
Hello?
May I speak to Candace?
This is she.
Hey, Candace, this is Tony. Are you Isaiah's mama?
Excuse me?
Are you Isaiah's mama?
Yeah, I am. Why? Who are you?
My name is Tony. I'm DeAndre's daddy. DeAndre, they played on this past season. They played on the football team. They played on the Seahawks together.
Okay, but like, why are you calling me?
Okay, I'm calling you for a particular reason. Let me tell you what's going on. This whole past football season, your son Isaiah, he was a starting quarterback, right?
Yeah, he's a starting quarterback. He works real hard. Like that's his position.
Okay, let me go and say this. I already know that my son DeAndre is way better than your son Isaiah. I already know that. All right, now I ain't get to.
Excuse you?
No, ain't no excuse me. I'm not going to excuse myself about this. I've been waiting to get you on the phone so I can tell you exactly what's going on. Let me tell you something. When the season come back around, when they get ready to play again, I'm telling you right now, my son DeAndre going to be starting. Please know that. Trust me, I swear to you, I know what you did for your son.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You who the do you think you are? Calling me, telling me that your son is going to take my son's position on the team? How do you even have my number?
I got your number from a reliable source. One of the parents gave me your number.
But what kind of mental problems you got calling my house, telling me about how your son is like not barely even on the team. He's not even starting.
Okay, no, my son ain't starting. Okay, but he gonna be starting next year. Okay, but I know what you did for your son to be starting. Trust me, I know what you did, Candace.
I didn't do anything. My son earned his position. So, I mean, I don't really get what you're saying here. You're talking some big game about your son taking my son's position. Like, first of all, I don't even know who you are. I don't know how you got my number. Like, these are kids. It's really not that serious. Like, they're kids out there having a good time, trying to play a game. Like, I haven't seen you at a game. I don't know who you think you are. Stepping up, being like, my son is going to take your son's position. Like, what kind of crazy are you?
Okay,
You're calling me out of nowhere, you're calling me nowhere out of the clear blue. I'm just minding my business. My son is playing his game. Who the are you, and why are you calling me? Like, what the
I ain't been to no games, but I'm going to be there on next season. I'll be there, okay?
Okay,
all right?
I mean, you could try. You might not want to come because your son still ain't starting.
Okay. But let's go on and get to the reason why I call you. I already know why your son's starting. So let's go on and be
my
real
son is
about
starting.
this. What?
No, my son is starting because he earned his position. He's the best on the team. He can throw. Like, your son don't got no kind of arm.
You saying that, Candace? But are you sure your son ain't starting? Because maybe you slept with Coach Brian.
What? Wait, excuse you? Like,
did you sleep with Coach Brian so your son could get that position? Did you do that?
Your mama slept with Coach Brian with her dry. That's why your son ain't playing. Who the do you think you are accusing me of sleeping with a coach?
Hey, I'm just letting you know I know what you did for your.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know.
Okay, so you saying you ain't slept with Coach Brian? That's what you saying. So Isaiah starting because they just picked him to start.
You are crazy. First of all, you're gonna have to talk to my husband because these accusations are ridiculous and out of control. Like, I don't know who the you think you are calling the house accusing me of sleeping with the coach. My son earned his position on the team. He's like, who the do you think you are? You are straight bugging.
Who is your husband? Who is that?
My husband is Curtis, who you don't know because you ain't never showed up for your own damn son.
Okay, Curtis. Your husband named Curtis. Okay. So I tell you what, I need to talk to Curtis. That's what I need to do.
Oh, you're gonna more than talk to Curtis. You're gonna catch some hands from Curtis with that mouth.
Okay, all good. So let me ask you this here. You talking about Curtis that drive trucks? That Curtis?
I'm talking about Curtis, my husband, in my house. You don't know who we are because you ain't never showed up. You ain't nobody. Your kid is nobody. This whole phone call is bull. And you need to crawl back into whatever the hole you came out of because I am not here for this.
Curtis is a truck driver, right?
Yeah, you lucky he ain't run your over yet.
Oh, okay. You talking about Curtis? Now, can I tell you something else that I done found out about Curtis? Can I tell you that?
I kind of don't want to hear anything that comes out of your mouth at this point.
Okay.
But say your
this is the last thing I'm going to say out of my mouth. Can I just tell you what I know about Curtis?
You better make it quick.
I'm going to make it quick. Curtis got me to prank phone call you. This is nephew Tommy Candace from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your husband, Curtis.
Are you kidding me? We on the radio right now?
No, you're not on right now, but you're going to be on in the morning, though.
Oh, my goodness. Like, my heart is racing right now. I got to jump through the phone and tear up your throat. Are you kidding me? My husband put you up to this?
Oh, your husband got me to call you, baby. He said, your son is an amazing quarterback. I said, cool, we're going to do this.
Yo, you don't understand. My chest feels like a vice right now. I want to kick you in the throat. Oh, my God.
All right, Candace, it's 2020. You got to tell me one thing. What's the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
Steve Harvey in the morning. Oh, my God. I'm sweating, yo.
I don't think I've been cussed out like that in a long time right there.
It was just yesterday.
Nah, this one topped
this
that.
morning.
Every time you do a prank.
Be a slave?
What are you talking about?
Hey, I go from slave to quarterback. I move around, y'all. I move around.
You're versatile.
I'm versatile.
As they say.
Versatile. I'll be at Tommy T's this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tommy T's in Pleasanton, California. That is Oakland, baby, the Bay Area. The nephew is coming to town. Laying in the cut is Dothan, Alabama on March the 7th, Saturday night at the Dothan Civic Center. And then following week, it's Montgomery, Alabama on the 14th, Montgomery Performing Arts Center. The nephew coming back to the Gump at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. Tickets are available at all Ticketmaster outlets and at the box office. Come see me. Stupid on the way. Stupid on tour. All
right. Thank you, nephew. Coming up, Strawberry Letter subject. He's playing more than the organ. We'll get into it right after this. Ooh.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for the Strawberry Letter, but wait a minute. Before we get to the letter today, we have a special guest coming up, Dr. Jackie Walters. You know her from Married to Medicine. Well, Dr. Jackie Walters is the author now of her very first book. It's called The Queen V. She will be our special guest coming up at 46 minutes after the hour. Everything you need to know about sex, intimacy, and down there health care.
Oh,
you
that
don't
V.
want to miss it.
All right.
That V.
That V.
Yes.
All right.
But it is time now for the Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice in relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. Wait
Buckle
till you
up.
hear this.
Buckle up, buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry Letter.
All right, thank you, nephew. Subject, he is playing more than the organ. Dear Steve and Shirley, my mother is 70 years old, but she is a new 70s woman. She's a size 8, and her skin is as smooth as can be, and she doesn't have one wrinkle or gray hair in sight. She's a well-known, respected member of our church, and she's active in church ministries. My mother and I have always had a great mom and daughter relationship until recently. We have been having a lot of problems since my mother started dating the organist at our church, who is only 31 years old. He's 2 years younger than I am. She admitted that they're dating, and that she told me that they have the best mind-boggling sex ever. I was mortified, and I can't help but hate this guy now. It's so bad that when I'm in church, I can't get into the music during the service and enjoy it, knowing that the main minister of music is doing my 70-year-old mama. I have told my mom that she's making a huge mistake and that this man is taking advantage of her. We have argued, and now our relationship is on the rocks. I discussed this with my husband, and instead of comforting me and understanding my pain, he took my mother's side and told me to mind my business. He thinks my mom has the right to date whoever she wants to. Then he accused me of being jealous of her young, handsome boyfriend. Every time I would bring it up, he would say I'm bothered by it because I'm a little jealous. I couldn't believe my husband would go there and be that petty. Now I'm at odds with him and my mom. Everything has just gone bad, and I don't know what to do. How can I make things right with my mom first, then with my husband? Please advise. Well, in order to make things right, I just think you're going to have to go back to being, to just being her daughter. You can't be her judge. You can't, you can't be telling her what to do. You can't be acting like you're the mom. Somebody needs to, certainly, but you can't do it because she's not hearing it from you. She is 70 years old. There's nothing you can tell her right now. Stop arguing with her. You say you argue and argue with her. You're going to have to stop doing that. You may never accept this situation, and I totally get that, but you can't let your mom know. You just can't let your mom know it. Your opposition to her relationship is probably just, driving her closer to the baby. Okay? You do sound
baby.
like
all right now.
Yeah, to the baby. He's 31. She's 70. That's a baby to her. You sound like a busybody. I know you're upset, but that's how you're coming off. Well, I do not agree with your husband at all that you're jealous. I don't think it's that. You're looking out for your mom's best interest. Why is she dating this 31-year-old? You think she's getting played? You think she's getting taken advantage of? You got to let your mom live. You just got to let her live. I don't know too many 31-year-olds that date 70-year-olds, so it may not last much longer. You don't know. I just say you got to let this one go. You got to stay out of it. You got to mind your business like your mom says. That's one way to make it right with your mom and maybe with your husband too. Stay out of it as much as it pains you. Let your mom do her. Do you, boo. Steve?
Well, let's take this letter down. First of all, I want to say to the lady that I'm about to respond to, I hope you're not listening today. I sure hope you're not.
Why, Steve?
Because I just got to tell the truth.
Yeah.
My mother is 70 years old, but she's a new 70s woman. She's a size 8 and her skin is smooth and can be in, you ain't a wrinkle or gray hair in sight. Well, let's start with this statement. She is a new 70s woman.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing 70 years old new. Nothing. Everything on her old. It's been on this earth 70 years. It's old. It's been through some things. Now, she might be a size 8. Hard to find a size 24 70-year-old. We just don't get that far with that much weight on us. So she a size 8. Now, here's the statement you made. She's well known, respected member of our church, and she's active in church ministries. This what done got her ass in trouble. She is active in church ministries. One of the ministries is the music ministry. And guess what? Your mama active in that too. And she ain't even in the choir. Your mama is too damn active. Need to go sit her old ass down somewhere. And I hope you're not listening because there's more where this came from.
Woo, part 2 of Steve's response. Coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Subject, he's playing more than the organ. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, come on. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. He's playing more than the organ.
This is sad. Her mama 70. She 33. She got to sit through this here. Because her mama a new 70s woman with her old self. Ain't nothing new at 70, I done told you that. Ain't no wrinkles, gray hair, nothing. That's die. Oh, you ain't got to have gray hair. That's die. No. She's well-known, respected member of our church. She's active. Key word, active in church ministries. Yeah, she is. A little bit too active for you, I see. You and your mother always had a great mom-daughter relationship until recently. Y'all been having a lot of problems since your mother started dating the organist at your church who's 31 years old, 2 years younger than me. Here we go. Your mama's 70. She done went back damn near 40 years. 40 years. 39 to be exact. Found somebody damn near 40 years younger than her, admitted that they dating, and they got the best mind-boggling sex ever. Well, if you getting jumped on by a 31-year-old and you 70, there's going to be some rejuvenation going on here. That's the mind-boggling part. It's so sad that when I'm in church, I can't get into the music and the service knowing that this man of music, minister of music, is doing my 70-year-old mama. I know you can't. Because we he up there just banging on that organ.
Oh, Steve.
No, he up there just banging on that organ. And you can't enjoy that because your mind's somewhere else. He up there just banging on that organ.
You get it.
You got a damn attitude. Now, you told your mama she's making a huge mistake and this man is taking advantage of her. We done argued and argued. First of all, she's 70. I want you to hear the role that your mother playing in this. She know that man 40 years younger, but she's feeding her ego right now. Your mama is feeding her ego. Girl, I can get somebody this young want me. This an ego move. This like when an old ass bald head man go out and buy a sports car. Mm-hmm. Leave his family and his wife and start dating a 22-year-old cause he got money. This ain't finna last. And this mess that your mama in, this ain't finna last either. But if you would back up for a minute, it'll play itself out. Shirley's right. If you would just mind your own business, but it's hard because you know your mama getting played. But he getting played too, though. Now, he doing some egotistical stuff. Man, I got this old lady like me. I'm doing her. She respected in the church. She active in church ministries. This a move for him. This all ego. That organ done got him a lot of play, and he don't know how to walk away from nothing. So now, y'all done argued. You went to your husband, and instead of comforting you and understanding your pain, he took your mother's side and told you to mind your business. He said your mama could date whoever she want to. Now, this is stupid. The only reason he's saying this because it ain't his mama. Right. He know good and hell well if this was his mama. Well, it couldn't be my mama. Because we wouldn't have no organ player at the church. Because, see, I've been a stomp. I'd have made him make a fist and I'd have stomped both his hands. I broke all his fingers on his hand. Dog, my mama, dog, I'm not finna ask you to stop seeing her. I'm gonna fix it where you can't see her no more. So the dude, he wrong for that because the shoe on the other foot, he'd act differently. So he should be a little bit more understanding of your pain. But then I think the two of you need to sit down and work through that. He tell you being jealous about a young boyfriend. Every time I would bring it up, he say, I'm bothered by it because you jealous. I can't believe my husband would go there and be that petty. Now I'm at odds with him and my mama. Everything's going bad. I don't know what to do. How can I make things right with my mother first, then my husband? First of all, you make it right with your mama about what Shirley said. Get out of it. This going to play out. This ain't gonna last long. He don't want her. This boy 31 years old. He probably want kids one day. They ain't finna. Your mama's 70. He don't want her. This is a phase for both of them. He doing her because he can. It's a power move for him. And it's an empowerment move for her because it's making her feel like, wow, somebody this young wants me. She just stroking her own damn ego because everybody 70 at her church is decrepit. Now, as soon as a nice 30-some-year-old come into the church and he look at her, he gonna walk away from your mama. Let it play itself out. I know this is hard for you. Go to your husband. Tell your husband, hey, man, tell him, I don't want you to say Steve said, but damn, dog, if the shoe were on the other foot, how would you feel? Just ask him that. Just say, I just need your support on this a little bit. If this were your mother, what would you do? Because ain't no dude finna go over there and sit down. He gonna whoop his ass.
All right, Steve. Good advice. Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. Check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand, please. And coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, it's Health and Wellness Wednesday with our special guest. She's an OBGYN. She's an author. She's a reality TV star from Married to Medicine. Please, Dr. Jackie Walters will be our special guest right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, look, everybody. As promised, we got a special guest today. She's been a practicing OBGYN for over 2 decades. And you've known her. She's got thousands of fans as Dr. Jackie from Bravo's hit show Married to Medicine. Now, although she has a full schedule with office visits, she delivers babies, doing the TV show, Dr. Jackie has written her first book. And it's appropriately titled Queen V.
Take your time now.
Thank you, Lord, for the Queen V.
Yeah.
The book is a guide to help women have a happy and healthy vagina.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's find out more. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Jackie Walters.
Welcome.
Morning. Hey, good morning.
First time on the show, right, Dr. Jackie?
Yes, first time on the show, but I listen to it every day.
Well, thank you so much, and welcome. We're happy to have you. And thank you for this book, The Queen V.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, okay, so let's just kick it off right here. You cover everything women need to know about sex, about intimacy, about vaginal health care. Tell us more, like Steve said, about the book, please.
So I've been practicing for years, and I would see patients, and everybody's afraid to talk about it. Nobody really wants to talk about feminine health or sexual health, and so much so that women whisper in the room, and I often remind them, nobody's in here but me, you, and God. Mm-hmm. And so they're really afraid to talk about their lady parts. Mm-hmm. And, it's so much so we can't even say the word on TV and in certain places. So I wanted to empower women not only to speak about their feminine health, but also to protect a part of their body that should be treated like royalty.
Oh,
so,
right. Yes.
It should.
Yes. So hence the name, Queen V. Yeah.
When we were growing up, Dr. Jackie, we couldn't say it either in our house. We had to call it pocketbook, okay? I'm just saying that's one of those words.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So,
which contributes to why so many of us are embarrassed. And I wanted to educate and empower women that they don't have to be embarrassed about that really important part of their body.
Yeah. Okay. You're so right. And henceforth and forevermore, I'm in. All right. In the book, The Queen V, you answer questions about libido, about contraceptives, about fertility, other issues women are concerned about. I'm sure you get all kinds of questions, like you said, in your office.
Yes.
Well, Shirley, before we do that, let's go to break and come back.
Okay. All right. Let's do that. We'll have more with Dr. Jackie Walters and her brand new book, The Queen V, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, we're back, everybody. As promised, our special guest today is a practicing OBGYN for over 2 decades. She's Dr. Jackie from Bravo's hit show, Married to Medicine. Now, she has a book out, everybody, that we've been discussing this morning, and it's appropriately entitled Queen V. And it's a guide to help women have a happy and healthy vagina.
Yeah.
Let's find out more. Is what we've been doing. I want to just say on a personal note that I've dedicated a large part of my adult life to for this book.
Yeah.
In the book, The Queen V, which is in stores now, you outline 5 distinct vaginal personalities.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go through them real quick, okay? They are the sanctified snap.
We're going to keep them daytime. We're going to keep them daytime.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Clinical,
we have
all the way.
Yes, yes. So we have, and when I talk about personalities, I'm not talking about a true personality. It's how you respond to feminine and sexual health. Okay. And so if I ask you a question, you would have the Virgin Mary, who's probably not going to talk much at all about her feminine or sexual health at all. Mm-hmm. And then, we have a sanctified lady part. And she's the type who may whisper in the room, real religious about it, and doesn't really want to share much about it.
No, I know.
Yeah, she's kind-hearted and reserved, but she's not going to say too much.
But
and then
Lord
you have
mercy, though.
Yeah. Yes.
Meet me at
and
the
Mary.
church.
Yeah.
And Mary Jane, she's your everyday girl.
Hello.
Probably say, yes. She's going to probably say very, well, dependent, classy, idealistic when she talks about it. Mm-hmm. And then there's your notorious VAG. Been there, done that all the time. Mile high, rooftop, hotel, after dark in the park. And so these are the personalities that I use throughout the book to kind of talk about how each woman or each personality would respond to a different topic.
Mm-hmm.
Sanctified thing, the Virgin Mary thing, the Mary Jane thing, the C. Chondriac, and the notorious VAG.
Yes. And so I give a test in the book to see where you fall, but what you do realize that you may be a little bit of this and a whole lot of that.
Okay.
I've seen myself,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
yes. And then crazy enough, your personality may change based on the person you're hanging out with. And so, if you change partners, you may become more of a notorious VAG. If if you're hanging out with the Deacon Def Jam,
hello,
you might be more.
Come on here, girl.
You better listen to this radio show, Dr. Jackie. You better listen.
Go ahead, Sister Jackie. I'm right here.
You may be more of a sanctified snatch where you're afraid to, sanctified lady part, where you're more...
You said it right the first time. You showed me.
That you're less likely to talk about it out loud.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I do want to thank you for the book. We have to get a little more serious now, though, Dr. Jackie. You're a 2-time breast cancer survivor.
Woohoo! Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Wow.
All praises to God. And you talk a lot about your journey to healing and self-empowerment in the Queen V. How important is your diet for vaginal and breast health?
Super important, because there are things that you can eat, Shirley, and you will notice them again. For example, there are certain women who don't break down certain oils in fish. And so if you have a nice fish sandwich, you may notice it again when you go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And so I gave some tips on things you could eat that would make the Queen be very happy. Pineapples, sunflower seeds, strawberries. And these are things that keep the Queen very fresh.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So,
Wow, orchard.
Stop.
Yes.
Don't say nothing.
In the serious part of the show, fool.
I know.
Yeah. Why are you all talking right now?
It's about the Queen V. Right?
Yes.
It is.
Hey, hold on, Dr. Jackie. Hold on for a second. We'll be right back, everybody, with more from Dr. Jackie Walters.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
We're back with Dr. Jackie Walters.
This has been very enlightening on a serious note, too, Dr. Walters. Very enlightening. I love this book. You talk a lot about, unprotected sex, having unprotected sex. You talk about sexually transmitted infections and diseases. I mean, this book, you have it all in here. You have about, menstruation. You have everything there is to have about the Queen V in this book. So I'm encouraging all women to pick this book up. I really am. You talk about things like cysts and skin tags, everything. So please pick it up and educate yourself. All right. So Dr. Jackie, before you go, you have to tell us, what is a designer vagina? What is that? What do you mean?
I said Dr. Jackie. In all shapes and sizes. Yeah. And what I want women to know, that there is no perfect lady part. And you're not abnormal because you don't look like this person or like that person. But, there are all types of procedures out there now that we can do to rejuvenate and revitalize. We can do vajacial.
What is that, Ms. Jackie?
It's very much like having a facial, where we change the pigment if you need it to exfoliate, moisturize, so that the queen is happy.
Dr. Jackie, we love you so much, and we thank you so much.
The book can be found where?
At Barnes & Noble. You can go to Amazon and get the book. If you go to The Real Dr. Jackie, click on Instagram, it'll take you right there.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
we appreciate
thank
you.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In today's entertainment news, actor Jussie Smollett was in a Chicago courtroom yesterday to answer for more charges related to the hate crime he allegedly staged against himself more than a year ago. He entered a not guilty plea for each of the 6 felony counts of disorderly conduct he's charged with. Jussie was released on a $20,000 bond. Judge James B. Lynn told him, $20,000 bond. Judge James B. Lynn told him, you need to come back to court and you're required to do so. Do you understand? Jussie nodded in response. He didn't speak, though. His attorneys are claiming double jeopardy. Experts say his case will likely go to trial. If Smollett is convicted on the fresh charges, he could face up to 3 years in jail, community service, and a fine of up to $25,000.
I do not understand, because wasn't he cleared?
And it came back.
By the district attorney there?
Yeah. So see, I don't know how they're doing this, but Chicago, we got a lot of other problems.
This one feels personal, dog.
Oh, they so mad at him.
Yeah, they're real mad at him. The president himself is real mad. He tweeted about it.
He got other stuff he need to be working on.
He does. You're exactly right, Tommy.
You're talking to somebody that's not presidential. So what he should be doing is not going on.
He's a dictator. He does whatever he wants to do.
He don't do nothing but tweet.
No, this dude do what he wants
to sit out of his cases.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, for like you say though, but for him to tweet about this particular case, but if you say something bad about him, he's gonna get you back. For sure.
But for the fact that one judge dismissed the charges or whatever they did up there, and for him to be back in court and for him to be putting this much time in it, we have a lot of problems in Chicago. Jussie Smollett is not one of them.
No.
Now, I don't know what Jesse angle is with his, they claim in double jeopardy, which is you cannot be tried for the same crime twice.
That's right.
Crime twice. But I don't know how they're going to get away with that, but because they look like they got some new charges put out there. But, I mean, man, come on, Chicago. We got other things to do. I know a lot of people mad at him and,
The manpower and the time that was wasted for the investigation.
Yeah,
it do seem rigged,
Yeah, so.
It don't really look like it was no people jumping on him.
Well, he made history, though. He did make black history.
Truth be told, Steve.
The 2 Africans with the mega hats on.
They were there, too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. They were there. They went to court, too.
They was there. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they didn't have anything to do with this, but they just showed up. Yeah. Coming up, our last break of the day and some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey. It's 49 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, here we are, last break of the day.
It's the last break of the day.
Love that. It's been a good day today. Wow. A lot of things going on in the news, too. We want to say thanks once again, to Dr. Jackie Walter. She was our special guest earlier. She wrote the book, The Queen V. It is in stores now on Amazon. Please pick it up.
I'm going to buy mine in person.
Yes. What does that mean?
See me picking mine up.
Oh, he wants to know.
You want to know?
It's a great book, yeah. But come on, Steve. I know you have some words of wisdom for us in your closing remarks.
You know, I was reading something the other day that really kind of struck a chord in me, and I want to share it with you. You know, it's the way that communication with your Creator that will lessen the load. You don't have to take all of this on yourself. You're worrying about something. I can't tell you how many times I've said, when I get to this meeting next week, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say that. And if they say this, then I'll say that. And if they say that, then I'm going to say this. And then I get to the meeting and none of that gets said. Not a single word of it. And I done sat up here and worried myself about something in the future when I could have easily said, God, go with me today. Give us this day our daily bread. Show me what to say today. Make your thoughts my thoughts. Temper my words. Help me be anxious for nothing. Allow me to be patient and hear and say the things you want me to hear and say. That's how you carry the load. That's how you get better at it. You don't sit up in here and worry yourself to death about the future and over concern yourself about the past. Man, let some of that stuff go. The past belongs to history. The future belongs to God. The gift that God gave you is right now. That's why they call it the present. That's his gift to you, is the present. Give us this day our daily bread. It's not the load that breaks you down. It's the way you carry it. Stop carrying unnecessary weight when you are not equipped for it in the first place. Those are my closing remarks. Yeah.
All right.
Have a great day and have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.